Hi, back again. This is my Ellen Star Fitness Q&A, question 9. And this particular question I was asked by a couple that was training outside, and they just wanted to ask me basically, well, the guy, he was more hesitant with asking me a question. He was kind of like, no, I ain't got no questions at the moment, blah, blah, blah. But the wife, she just decided just to shoot out this question to me, and she said, what's the best foods to eat before a run? I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden the guy, the partner, decided to come in and be like, oh yeah, what is a good question for that? So I answered already to them, but I'm going to provide an answer to you guys as well, for those that do go out on your daily runs and do not know what to have before. I'm sure that probably 80% of you that do go for runs probably will wake up and have coffee. And I'm basically here to tell you, do not drink coffee. Alright, please, because coffee is just a stimulant that the body is not used to. Your body is not used to having high doses of caffeine. It can make up its own type of sugars to keep you awake, and that all just depends on not only your lifestyle but your nutrition. So the more efficient your food is, or I should say the more better your food is, if anything, then the more efficient your body works, therefore having to keep you alert, awake, and not having to go to these stimulants such as coffee. Alright, so I'm going to give you the basic answer, which is not too hard, and it's just to keep everything, try to keep things not at a minimal, but make sure with whatever you eat, even just before exercising, not necessarily running, but also before exercising, always to keep it at a good portion, to a point where you're not overly full and also you're not too hungry. So it's not like you've just ate, you know, about a couple grams of rice and a chicken wing. You know, sometimes that may not last if you're running for, let's say, 10k, or even if you're doing an hour and a half gym session, weightlifting, even if you're just outside doing some body weight training, that may not last, especially if you're doing high intensity workouts. So sometimes what could actually be very helpful is just, like I said, to make sure you're taking a good sized portion, and a good sized portion is probably, let's say, let me just try to grab something that is not too bad. Yeah, I would say if you had a plate, imagine this was a plate. So this is, I think, about A5. So if this was a plate, then you generally want to eat, let's say, that much of the plate. So with that, what you include in there is at least a lot of carbs, and I don't mean a lot of carbs as you need to pack in the whole plate full of carbs, sorry, but you would have to have at least more carbs than you do for your proteins and fats, and obviously that would be the order in how you do it as for how much you put in your plate. So obviously you put more carbs, then obviously more than the carbs with the protein, and then with the fats it would be much less than you'd use with the protein. So it's the exact same thing, just like that. With what type of foods to eat, then it is quite easy to then point out. You just have to have quite a lot of something called slow releasing carbs. Well, it's not something called, it's just carbs that are very slow releasing. And what I mean by slow releasing is that it gives you more of a stable energy flow throughout the day, and also throughout your workouts. So I've got this particular book, as I showed you guys before, 6 Weeks to Super Health, and what they had is they put a table in there called the glycemic index of common foods. Sorry, so it's just there, and basically what glycemic index, what that means is that it's the amount of sugar that comes out of the foods that then gets absorbed into the body. So the higher, as you can see the numbers here, they range from 100 over obviously to 1, which is the lowest number, and many of the foods that are put on there, they range from different numbers, as you can see. So the ones with the highest number, that means that it will be absorbed quicker, and your body will be able to break that down and use more of the energy much quicker. So let's say if I was to pick something here, honey honey is very high and the glycemic index ranging at 81. So if you was to have honey, let's say you just had a teaspoon of honey, that'll give you a quick sugar burst, because that'll be absorbed in the body much quicker than, let's say, if you were to have a, let me see something here that's very low, lentils. So lentils is here at 29, so that will take much more longer, but the lentils will give you much more of a stable energy flow during your workouts and also just during your day. So if you have to have honey, you'll probably hit your first K, 2K probably faster than Usain Bolt, but then probably as you get to the latter stages of your run, you'll definitely feel much more tired. So you literally go right up and then it will go straight back down. So it's almost like an energy spike. So you literally have your energy flows going up through the roof, and then all of a sudden it will come down because now you have used up that little amount of energy, and that's all depending on the type of foods that you eat. So I would say the best things to eat before a run would probably be something that will take quite a bit longer to digest in the stomach. So you have here potatoes, even whole grain rye bread, so you can even have like a sandwich with that. You can also have, just name a few more things that can help you. Some barley here, which is very low, so at least that would help you sustain better energy levels throughout your workouts and also your run. Peanuts is very low on here, which is something that I'm quite surprised about, but there you go, even that's very low, so that will give you sufficient energy flows as well. And that's on just this book alone. I'll give you another book as well to give you another perspective, and this one, as you've seen already, and in here Martin really talks about what to eat before training, and I'll just literally read a quick sentence to you guys of what he says here. So, a light anytime meal with slightly more carbs 1 or 2 hours before your training session. Make sure to get a balance of protein, slower digesting carbs, and guess what carbs he uses as an example: lentils or higher fiber veggies and a little fat. So as you can see there, we both have the same mind. Great minds think alike, as they say. And yeah, so that will be it. What's the best foods to eat before a run? Will be foods that can be broken down much slower, but then it will give you much more energy, and also it will definitely allow you to go much more further in your workouts as well. So there you go, hopefully that's helped. So then tomorrow as soon as tomorrow, if you are going for that run, make sure that you do have something that is not too as I said before, is not too filling to the stomach, but also is not going to leave you too hungry. And them little chocolate bars, those little protein bars, anything like that, don't take them. They're just complete nonsense. Even those digestive biscuits, there's some that my mum bought, and they're like 4 in a pack. They're about that small, and they said they're meant to last you for breakfast. I don't even know what more to say, but there's more videos to come. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and stay tuned. Thank you very much.